I don't know. Might be.
Yeah, look him up. He's good. He's weird. He's out there. That's the biggest thing I've done.
But have you done for him opening for
Open for him. I would have told everyone in the room. Did you know? Picture like because he's a big deal in that world. It was cool having his opener. They were leaving the next day to go on tour to America. So they were picking up 2 spots to like tour Austin, New York. You can be done. You just have to be said. 50 years in time.
Steve, hello, Fauntleroy. How are you getting on? Very good, very good. Are you sure? Sure about it? Yeah, Fauntleroy Rish, tá bhéil tagmid takeíocht ó Frost na Gaeilge, so dá bhí sin beag roint Gaeilge in nocht níos mó ná atá de gná, so we'll have a bit more Irish infused tonight than we usually do because we find support that we're very proud and appreciative of from Frost na Gaeilge. Our guest poet tonight, Ceaití Bheildiúin, who I believe is maybe still on her way, and MacCaoilte will be reading for us after our 5-word challenge game. So tonight, even though we are having a bit of bilingual night, will run as usual, and also as usual it will be unique from the other 687 nights that we've had somehow. We're going to kick off with the 5-word challenge. We'll take a little break, we'll have our guest poets, we'll take another little break, and then we'll have our open mic, which you're all welcome to read at. So the 5-word challenge, basically I'm going to ask you all to say collectively the first 5 words that come to your mind. I will then give you about 10-ish minutes to write a poem. The only rule is that it needs to contain those 5 words. If you fancy, you can come up and read your poem after that. And yeah. 2 words on. Oh, let's get the words straight away because the online lads are beating me. Guitar. What was that other one? Contaminate. Beat and slant. Okay, let's do a recap. Help me out there. So we have beat, slant, a pen that doesn't work in my hands. We have beat, slant, contaminate. Oh, we had 2 already. I have one there. Guitar and dizzy. I'm going to say it again. So, the 5 words are beat, slant, contaminate, guitar, and busy. Dizzy.
Oh, dizzy.
Dizzy, excuse me. Dizzy. Even better. So, just to finish what I was saying before the online crowd got hasty there, if you want to read your poem at the end, you are in with the chance of winning a couple of poetry books and a drink of your choice at the bar. You tell me. Beat. Yes. Beat. I have BEAT written down, so that's what we're gonna go with. Best of luck. I'll give you a 2-minute warning in a while. Good luck. I got sorted. Thank you so much. This is your 2-minute warning, everybody. Okay, everybody, your time is up. But not for the strategic people who will wait to read at the 10th reading. So anybody who's ready to is welcome to come up and read their 5-word poem. And it's very important, especially on Talk Tuganish, that I communicate with you that you are the judges, and I will choose the winner based on the volume of your applause. Now, volume is a broad word, interpret that how you will, but please communicate with me through that. So anybody who's ready to, you're welcome to come up on the mic and share your 5 words. Anyone who's come in the meantime, the 5 words were... Antonia, what were the 5 words? Contaminate, beat, slant, dizzy, and guitar. Yes. First up to the mic is my biggest fan. It's my father, Martin, and it's his first time here as well.
Oh yeah. Excuse me. The guitar player contaminates the room with infectious riffs. As I dance to the heavy beat, I'm feeling dizzy, and the room seems to slant. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Claire. It's also my first time here. So I give it a title of Rusted Air Dancing Fair. Beats of a drum, thumbing through the ground, spinning, dizzy, raising up rust to contaminate the air. Strums of a guitar, buzzing the sound waves round, spinning, dizzy, slanting through skulls, dancing at the fair.
Progress. Hooray, I'm off the housing list. Gifted a site by the council. Dizzy with delight. Now I can build my cabin. I will rise early and go to the bank, to the builder, but not for blocks, but for clay and wattle. I will have a garden. Mike is making me a hive full of honeybees. I will grow my food, my beans in a row. I will have peace there, dropping slower than the drip, drip, drip of the hiss of scuttling cockroaches. I will sit in my garden with my Aldi water feature, listen to the beat of my guitar under the slanting sun. The neighbours will envy me, my bee-loud glade, as the cars swish by, contaminating the Innisfree road.
I know what you're looking at me for. You know the drill, like. Antonio.
So this poem is called Occasional Rainbow. Inside the belly of a guitar, some notes were dancing. Slowly they went out, watching everything with a deep curiosity. After a few seconds, the air was already contaminated. A wonderful and dizzy sound was coming over that guitar. What is this beat? Asked a stone to them. A note said, it's a slant, fuzzy combination of arithmetic proportions and sunny atmosphere. All the notes went off then, silently, whispering something to the rainbow before disappearing. Thank you.
Thanks, Antonio. We're going to jump online now. If she's ready, we'll have Pam Campbell, please.
Okay, thank you. Can y'all hear me okay? Yay, okay. Here we go. Katie Did's Whale Reminders and Remembrances. Moonlight slants through night darkened hemlocks, sparkles tumbling creek. Frog choruses compete, musical beats for food, mate, and territory. Sound and silence dance, dizzying the hollers. Dulcimer, still guitars, and mandolins tremble, air pure for the black lung contaminant the mind brings. Thank you.
No. There was a pause, a beat. Not slantcha. I tried to make our eyes meet, but the Yank could only look at his feet. It said as slancha, but don't let your mispronunciation haunt ya, or the other immigrants taunt ya. One day you'll find a fine lass that'll want ya. So keep your mind and your spirit pure. Don't contaminate your iffy mental state. Look at life full of joy, almost dizzy, and say, damn, this is great. By now, we had heard 10 terrible covers on guitar. So we left to find our next lovers at another bar.
Call us dizzy. 2 broken strings on the guitar. Rusty stories, you know them already. Just call us dizzy. A missed beat in blues. The folk song renewed. Call us dizzy. Harmony, like Peter, Paul, and Mary. Crosby, Still, and Nash. The slant of the good times. Romanticize the bad. Just call us dizzy. Call this fate. A constant change. Not enough changes. Dizzy. In the contaminated silence, I knew you were toxic. I just miss you, Dizzy. Thanks.
Right, I got scammed. Literally, I got scammed last week by a job. So this is just letting it out. Nothing concrete. Scammed. Guitar loops dance until I fall dizzy to the ground, hitting reality hard. This time it got me. Beat me with a rhythm stick, spun me round until slanted, twisted my little brain and spat me out. Now my mind is contaminated by my ill thoughts, betrayal of gullibility, nauseating loss, my trust gone and triggered by every beep on my phone, dizzy and beaten.
Hello. This is just the one that there's always an interloper at every session. So I call it the interloper session. He beat a queer sight, an idiot, slanting in sideways into the snug. The regular anoraks wrinkled their nose. He took Hordy's seat. Next he'd take his song. Next he'd sing it and spoil and contaminate the ancient order of the set list. Some townies and fiends in the city streets, thinking the rest of us here are troglodytes. Then he shifted, and from under his coat, withdrew his secret weapon. Is it a baby guitar or what? No, it's a dumbro, he called it, and he started. Pizzicato like a fiddle in the band pit, running up and down capo and fret. Slowly then he plucked it. Heads began to cock up a bit. As he strummed, one hummed the ballads of Ballyragget, and next he began to work it up into a sweat, and the crowd went west, surged into the snug full heft. Dizzy with sweat and excitement, the session ignited. Out came a bazooka, a box and a flute, all on message. The cabal in peppers, started by the queer galoot. never doubt the slant of an old flute. He's a maestro, tuned into every rhythm and every root. Every rhythm, every root. You can't beat the crack. All bow for the accidental visit of the Aegis. So, watch that happen.
Thanks, Max. We're going to jump back online now to Spango, please.
Good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. This is Untitled. Doof, 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 doof. Consistently, always, it's here. The sound of the heart beating like a drum, calling you to attention. Don't slant. Wake up. Be present. Aware of the strings attached from human to feline, vibrating with love as the source plucks melodies of being on the guitar we call life, running through each, spreading the love, contaminating the dizzy into action. Dum, da-dum, dum. Peace.
This one is titled Folk Flair. A nervous guitar strums, high-strung chords continuous spill, guide the dancer in her wells. Every step she takes is lighter than the last. She spins faster than she can get dizzy, straightening her flying curls. She seemingly have reached her final form, one leg in a slant, unbalanced but spinning still. Then comes the infectious drums, contaminating the guitarist who cannot help but follow the beat. And so the duet reanimates the dancer's feet.
I didn't have a title for this till I realized other people have titles, so now I'm calling it. Now this poem is called I Write Too Many Poems About Drinking at Bars. Steady my head, crooked at a slant. It's raining and I'm dizzy, listening to the melodies from people sounding happy. Cleanse, not contaminate. The beat and the strum on the strings of the guitar, urging me not to wait. Music from far away, music of memory. Murmurs from some lost forgotten bar. Thank you.
Squatter's rights. Strung as guitar strings, I hum a dizzying chant to nerve endings. I can't settle the slant that tilt bottles of thoughts on wilting willow branches. The crash is overdue. Anxiety, a low-hanging fruit, ripe but contaminated too. Upriver is the exit. I'm cleverly demented by demons ever restless. Cough up a coin, lodgers, I convince myself to say, to bottled up codgers. When you can slip under doors, you have no qualms to beat. You can hide in floorboards. when your voice is a squeak, Beelzebub and Baal make shit of you standing to your peak. One swipe, and you could snap. One twist in tight twine. One click, one shout, one clap. Thank you.
I was like, I may have a chance, but no, not anymore. So this is based on true events. It took one beat, one single beat of rhythm. I get hooked, captivated. I look at you, smiling, focused. My gaze never leaves you. And surely you're considering the moment a victory, an easy one. Under a slant roof, the magic operates. You're on stage, and I'm sitting on the corner, mesmerized. You're beautiful, both of you. I receive your complicity jealously. You're holding her close. She's glowing, radiant. The joy you share is contaminating. I'm already dizzy. Maybe one day I'll be in your place, with her in my arms, feeling powerful. You smile back, winking. Your ego is happy. Another one fangirling, you think. Yeah, you're not bad yourself. But darling, let's be honest. The only interest I have tonight is for your guitar.
Star signs. Oh, how you work that guitar, Scorpio style. Beat me into submission every time. I am slant Pisces, thrumming shamanic drums to make you dizzy, ready to mate and contaminate. But we don't. Mar Elaine Tinton bar the Hinton Fane.
Hi guys, I'm Emily. I'm also new tonight. I've no name for this one. My mind is dizzy, lost in the beating of the drum, dum, 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 and from the residual heat of the now setting blood-born sun, 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 sun. The melodies of the guitar rise and fall too, and soar and climb, and slant and slide, and so do I, intertwined in the cacophony of magical beauty that contaminates the summer evening in June.
I just walked in the door. I was wondering why there was so many poems about a guitar. And then someone said it's a 5-word challenge. This one's called the Lee Delta Blues Club. In the corner house, the dizzy blues band laying down the beat. Pat Horgan's guitar slung at a slant. I'm contaminated by the blues.
I admit when I've been beat, when the world no longer sits right but slanted, it tips and topples between 10 and 90 degrees and contaminates my perception of reality. But I don't play the fiddle, I play the fucking guitar. Play it for a second until I get dizzy. Doesn't matter, I'm easy, but I'm not
Hi. This one's called Panic. As this last guitar contaminates with its particularly umbral slant, I stand and try to ignore the beat of my own overly percussive heart, dizzy from the weight on my chest and the tingle in my fingers.
Yeah, I'm small. Thanks. My name's Alison, and I haven't been here before, so. I didn't know we had to title them, so this one's just called O Veil 5 Words, because I'm really imaginative. So, okay. We are a crescendo, a soaring rift over the bass line of the Big Bang. We wail like guitars on city streets, old corners in old quarters, slant rhymes to an ancient beat. It makes me dizzy, this immense cacophony, prismatic tones that I could never see. We are a stunning contamination from a stubborn humanity.
I don't see anybody giving me those bulgy eyes anymore. Don't see anyone scribbling either. Jude, are you? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Right. Dizzy living. Too warm. Sitting in my underpants. Beating the blues and the sweat off my brow. Strings, singing, light dancing of the guitar in your hand. Smoke slanted between my fingers, curling around our unspoken ritual as we slake the contaminant on our souls.
Anybody feel the imminent regret of not coming up now? No? Indanella. Okay. All right. There was 22 of you in the 5-word challenge. It was incredible. She's Docreta enough. It's a very close call, to be honest. Alison, for your first time, it was a cracker. If forgive me, your name, Jake was also amazing. JJF also have a little star next to your name. Mona, who read third. I think we often overlook the early readers because you all get warmed up. And in fairness, you were great for responding well to the more somber poems, and that's quite counterintuitive. So I commend you on that. But I think I'm going to give it to Mona tonight. Would you like to come back up and read your poem again? And Paul, is it for all of these books? Fine. Thanks to your applause for Mona's poem earlier, she wins 4 of these lovely poetry books. So well done, Mona.
Thank you very much. I thought I'd be You know, there was a little touch of plagiarism in that poem, which I thought would. Anyway, I'm too old for this excitement. Progress. Hurry. It's hooray. I'm off the housing list. Gifted a site by the council. Dizzy with delight. Now I can build my cabin. I will arise early and go to the bank, to the builder, but not for blocks, but for clay and wattle. I will have a garden. Mike is making me a hive for the honeybees. I will grow my food, my beans in a row. I will have peace there, dropping, slower than the drip, drip, drip of leaks and the hiss of scuttling cockroaches. I will sit in my garden with my Aldi water feature and listen to the beat of my guitar under the slanting sun. The neighbours will envy me my bee-loud glade as the cars swish by, contaminating the Innisfree road.
Gorgeous. Mona, thank you so much. That was really an incredible 5-word challenge. Tommy, we're going to take a little break. Now you can do whatever you want for the next 10 minutes. Don't tell me about it. But please come back for our guests in 10. Thank you very much.
Yes, in the same way. Because I am
didn't get here in time to hear
We just got here. I will say, yeah, it's been a long day, but it seems very cool.
Right, that's what you're laughing at.
I realized that after that.
Yeah.
Like small, or there they just pour a lot.
Okay, Falter over and Ash, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. You're about to enjoy some more poetry. So as usual, guys, if you want to take out your pen and paper again, I'm going to read some announcements, and there could well be some dates and secret codes in there that you might want to write down. So first and foremost, Ovail aims to maintain a safe space for writers and all attendees. We subscribe to the Arts Council's Equality, Human Rights and Diversity Policy, and we ask participants to report any offensive behaviour to Ovail. Not a common thing of ours, but worth saying. The 11th 5 Words International Poetry Competition continues. With the words changing tomorrow at 12 p.m. Our 2023-24 judge this year is Theo Dorgan, and the words are squirrel, twin, wait, that's WAIT, ripe, and find. Squirrel, twin, wait, ripe, and find. Please, all of you, be aware that this event is recorded and will be available to revisit as an MP3 podcast and on video via Ovail's website, social media, and Vimeo channels. Our photographer up by the horse's head here, Brendan Duffin, will be taking photos throughout the night for the evening for our social media. If you'd like to be excluded, please let Brendan know. Our featured guest for Culture Night is next month. Is going to be Monday the 22nd of September. This month. Yay.
It's a Friday the 22nd.
Is it a Friday? Okay. That wasn't me now, guys. That was written down. It says Monday, right? Thanks, Sue. It's Culture Night's always a Friday, and it's going to be this month, the 22nd of September. And our featured guests, we will run as usual. Our featured guests are the All-Ireland Slam champion, Leon Dunn, who will be here in person joining us, and the Kenyan Slam champion, Key Carey, who will be joining us via Zoom. If you'd like to participate via Zoom, please email info@ovail.ie. You're also welcome to attend here on the night. Our featured guests on Monday, the 9th of October, then, will be Jane Robinson, who will be joining us in person, and Leah Naomi Green via Zoom. All again are welcome to attend in person or online. So our Poetry Ireland will be bringing Ireland Is to the Everyman on the 29th of September, a spoken word roadshow featuring Colm Keegan, Aaron Foranoff, Holly McNish, Phyllis Speaks, and Dennis Smith will be performing on the night. It's a stellar lineup. The Everyman is offering us here at Ovail and our audience members, you guys, a €5 discount if you use the checkout code SEPT5, which is SEPT 5. I don't know if the capital letters matter. Okay, it's all capital letters, SEPT 5. So that's via the Everyman website, and it's the Ireland Is event on the 29th of September. I have one or two other. So our very own Colm Scully will be involved in an exhibition of paintings and poems about Cork. Himself and John Corkery at St. Peter's Church on our Main Street from the 14th to the 25th of September. The launch night is this Thursday evening at 8 p.m. It's a free event. You're all welcome. It's great poets, great work, great venue. I hope to see you there. I'm very much looking forward to it. Then one more to squeeze in. Our very own Ciarán McCartan is producing a festival which is happening this weekend near Glounthaune. It's called Only Your Footprints. I don't know if anyone in the audience is aware if it's sold out yet. Okay, they're sending the tickets. So it's out in Glounthaune. It's about a taxi away. It's going to happen all day Saturday and most of Sunday until about 6 p.m. I think. The event will be opening on this Saturday with some poetry readings from myself, Paul Casey, and also Katie Nimahuna. And I believe the tickets are €75, but please check their Instagram page as it's a last minute scenario. So finally, thank you to everyone who's kindly offered donations to us in the past and continue to. Our donation jar is by the horse's head there, just behind Brendan, and we're going to pass that around for the night. Our PayPal donations can also be made via the live poetry stage on our website, Bheildiúin. So that's it. That's all your diary sorted. Now back to the poetry. We were due to have Afric McCabe perform tonight. Unfortunately, Afric was a bit too unwell to join us tonight, but very fortunately, Katie Bheildiúin has been able to join us in person last minute. So we welcome and really appreciate Katie for making the journey. Bheildiúin and Hannah Fain, she's not a newcomer to Avail by any means, but I believe she hasn't been here le Kervlin and News for the last 4 years. So Tom Fada, Falter and Ash Catty. So Katie Bheildiúin is a poet, filmmaker, and visual artist. Is as Rosso and Fila August and Dromador Shaw, a Varan and Ish, a Gurka Gwina, a Gunty Kerry. She's the author of 4 Irish language collections, all published by Cushcame. Fronach Moran Spranocht, or he Leblinta Nuis, including from the Arts Council of Ireland, Ali na Gaeltachta, Dús Frost na Gaelga, Agus Dús Oireachtas, and the Michael Hartness Award. Caddy's selected poems, Let the Hair Sit, Ligon Mura C, which I believe she has some copies of tonight for sale for just €10. Is in a dual language format. The book is also an opportunity for those with less fluent Irish to approach the original poems in the company of their English translation. So without further ado, please welcome Katie Bheildiúin.
It is a pleasure to be back, I have to say. Well, living in West Kerry, I'm between the mountains and the sea. Live under Mount Brandon and very close to the ocean. So I think that is sort of reflected in my poetry. I'm going to start with one. I'm only writing in Irish these days, and I'm going to start with a haiku. I don't have a translation for it, but I can try and improvise something just to give those of you without any Irish a hint. It's, well, you know, it's only 3 lines and arrangement of syllables, but we do try and get things in there. And this is sort of based around the fact that the surface of the ocean is so immense, and that is like our diaphragm. It is the diaphragm of the world and of the earth, and it's the breath then is shared with us, and that does all ring out scientifically, actually. So Auron Namara. It's a different one, sorry. Dramkla na Bochene, Skart vor Luaskach an Down, a Hanoil or Miocht. Dramkla na Bochene, Skart vor Luaskach an Down, a Hanoil or Miocht. The next poem is another sea poem. Neither does it have a translation. yet, but it's inspired by the meal more, the whale, and its song and what its song might say. And its song can be also heard as a cry. In this poem, the whale asks us to recognize that, in fact, in a dramatic moment, it has saved man and in his little boat and brought him to safe waters. That in other urgent times, it has created an island for a saint to cook his dinner on. And now, would man please help? Because this whale's little calf is caught in a fishing net. Auron an Bheildiúin. In my habernacle, Dunneach déana ina bhód, á sheola slán chun dáin uair. In my altóir da arnéfa na bhargaí, Sinad ma gascí go léir déanta, cé a dhéanaigh gasca dom. Don bhór ní dhéanamach isce scaga is ligan muscí, dainacht is farsingacht na soile snábtha don mlíon, I deanta le cór mór an a géin, ceistín, cé a dhéanaigh gasca dom. Ima éonar árán mo bhuthúcáin hain, mo rusk bhail á chasa gom sios tríd an muir, ma éon gabhnaín gafa I ngasta lín, ardím mo bhrón go taul is fógrím mo chóirle, ach cé a dhéanaigh gasca dom. Mélig is tóir, scuil fi sunda anama, trí mo bhrón mo chóirle díomh go léir. Son an saoil is bhur nána mille, tusníigh bhur ngul trí, is coríg teann le nuair nglór. Déanaigh gasca más féidir. An céad trígón eile táid Astra ag David Knowles. These next three poems come with translations from David Knowles, and they're mountain poems. But mountain poems for me don't always, are not always in my voice. Some of them come in the voice of the mountain itself. Some of them come in the voice of climbers, and others in the voice of disciples, those who are dedicate them. Many of us dedicate ourselves to a place, or have a very special attachment to it. And so I write in the name of a disciple to Mount Brandon, the mountain at home. The first poem is in the voice of the mountain. And the mountain, after years of walking on it, I realized that there was a bit of communication going on, and that the mountain stores information. It stores the vibrations of our footsteps. It stores the history beneath the soil. It stores the bones. It stores buildings, bits of broken buildings. It stores the geology, which is a history of a different sort. So then you begin to realize that is actually memory. So it has a huge memory. And mountains also have huge personality as well. So I found myself frequently talking to the mountain. And in this poem, it's the mountain's response to my question as to what we should do about space and, you know, how should we work on, what was his approach to the boundaries of his land, or and he backed off and said, you know, sort of, I don't understand this thing of possession and why people need to own me. So this is the poem that I wrote in response. Tar agus tóg, Lauren an Canuck. Má tá cosan tuid, tar I dromar lasa is magúnta. Má tá banach tuid, tar chun ma hibrica bio. Má tárt dul livalach, tar fé onar vréid mo chio. Farum fáilte rib glynne crí, rib agna lehan oscailte, altíim tahi nó, cuirteoirí nó, an léach is an lag. Tar ón Afric is ón Irthar, ón Syria, ón Eritrea, ón Afghanistan, nó tar Rus ó Venezuela. Tá scoip an seo muisgirtí, táwas rád de hithe, tithe múra an tígur Celtic, tithe chomúr le hústáin, tithe múra na gríthe múra, tithe beaga fáilteacha, tithe lán ach slí I gcónaí de dhuine breise únta, tithe saolathe, tithe saoraigh, tithe fullabha, tithe ullabha, tithe tréighe, tithe titithe, tithe tíntáin. Tithe le ceol is brí, tithe an dua, tithe na sí. Tar haar lear haar tarseach chom, tá láithreacha agam, is fuin an seo a phobal. Tar is deach in mo bharóg, tar agus tóg. Partake, the mountain speaks. If you are defenseless, come close to my side in sanctuary. If you are short of blessings, come to drink from my wellsprings. If you are in need of a hiding place, come under the veil of my mists. I give a welcome to the pure in heart, to a broad open mind. I rejoice in new ways, new visitors, the mighty and the weak. Come from Africa and the East, from Syria, Eritrea, Afghanistan, or make the journey from Venezuela. There's scope here in my skirts for the picking and choosing of your houses, the grand houses of the tiger, as roomy as hotels. Big houses with big hearts, little houses of welcome, houses full, but always a way to squeeze in a few more. Holiday homes, dream homes, empty houses, houses just built, abandoned houses, fallen down houses, houses whose hearts ring with music and vigor, houses of hardship, houses of the fairies. Come across the sea to me, come into my place. I have empty ground and shelter for a people. Come here to my open arms. Partake. You know, when you're walking about in the mountains also, you become very aware of the light and how the light and moisture and land mix to create trickery, really. And in the trickery I'm going to speak about in this poem is parallax. when you move away from something and it changes, the dimensions seem different, and this is the disciple speaking. Rare the have yeelish, Lauren unjeskable. Farshingin is krappen to, so hintak lastica on it, for the gowan and trori the himpel, for the hamonin on fermor and MacCaoilte is his jackarish. Ní hunna need rive ein dó rair gur tú ceapaithe I the chrochán barnach grí, I the hréad camel ina lí, nó crochta I the chrán édig I gcuine na spéire. Sláchan sa is teann an súd. Cénach próti is féin tú, tán tú fear cúgach I the ulgégapus ná fanan sucar a góchan chun na chusa ile a áirih. Beckoned by your parallax, the disciple speaks. You swell and subside as supple as the nearby tide, while the walker's guide beats your bounds, while the farmer gathers down off you and then lets out again. Never the same to any two glimpses of you, and you impersonating an accretion of horse barnacles, a caravan of camels at rest, or clothes on the washing line. Your sky now slack, now taut, and though you are no Proteus, you shift in agitation, a chimera of limbs which writhe in defiance of never being counted. And one more from this book is well, when I realized the mountain could communicate with me and had memory, I started to wonder, how does it see things? You know, where could its eyes possibly be? And I realized that the lakes had quite an impression of eyes about them, and that people's eyes that possibly see through people, through animals, through everything alive on the mountain, and even through the rocks. So this is the mountain speaking again. Suile féin spéir, Lauren an Canuck. Más honorí an túil mar a cred nemarav, a líon idir an daun is an chuine, gawi le go gí tú trí mo huileh. Piok súil, ein súil, breis súlagam ná morín, is tríad agus is trí gach míl a glúci na mar ró, na hen locha líon orm, na hen chlocha nuchtar orm, a aram an sail mór. Má bheabhar is má hiiscint oscailte don asal féin le ran sú. Léon má luchhuile an spéir, frasragrí á gomacha mar sprí. Rialann siad I bhána únta a haiscim I mo chrí, seachrán na netláin, scinne na néin, stána na réaltíní. Hassan MacClugvogel is deach an gréithais, slimidí á górbacha is títhe. Díríonn siad a glucáirc I dró na gcuithe I gahabh an lé, I ligan don rias don gcuir stána is deach tríthe go dtí an taobh eile. Gawi le go gífar trí mo huileh na carigacha buga I mrin tinna na trinne, go gífar láv a dulibroch lapa, ratóg a cléachlíon go cos, go gífar an fear a hiúntín in a bheithíoch, an gíria a umpín in a bhean. Dála gach neach críana is ol gréasán cuioine mé, bhain an daul in éigmis mo bheabhrach, is béchorid féchant I suile na an dal. Gawi le go gífar trí mo huileh, gawi le agus fan, Fiachon am fada is feinach, is covis ako gifa an rudata non. Eyes to the sky, the mountain speaks. If it's a veil, the eye, as Nemerov believed, that floats between memory and what is, come here now and see through my eyes. Pick an eye, any eye. I have more eyes than a scallop. Through you and all the forms that glance my way, each loch that nestles, each stone that bears, I comprehend the world wideness, my mind open to the donkey's point of view. My loch eyes mirror the sky, reversing the image for fun. They develop the pictures which I fix in my heart. Vapor trail of plane, stoop of bird, cold stare of star. My stone eyes turn inwards to the sour soil for the night count of the slugs. Deary and she the gluck hour, they pan their stony gaze to the daytime winds, letting the tranced hare and the statued sheep gaze through to the fabulous elsewhere. Come near and see as I see, the rocks stirring in the womb fire of the earth. See a hand become a paw, a fin become a foot. See a man become a beast, a hare become a woman. All of us ancients, we're nothing but an open mesh of memory. I'd be stone blind without my recollections, and you'd be staring at sightless eyes. So come near and see as I see. Come sit, look inside me deep and quiet, and maybe you'll glimpse the path ahead. I might have time for one more here. So it says the old woman and the mountain. And the old woman is speaking. Achnicinuin. Connus ragrin de chullen canageste, don esoga from Solon de Gulen, Eid lawn de skleep is de scope, chohachli le munan. Online en njaliach de salupach de stepedrum de krieg. Muchas hugrode de kree, buklemene haar de klasse tro, nos kussen fiskien hoor gacha vug. Fearchanishid, actathe, rua is gruchach, curramach prevacha, nin tríd an oer lord shias, gothnaim le moithrica an tí. Imo higin fearchan denise orit, dingnahe kustin toin, gans blankam, mogurtimahe kundrische is delge, toma hi ryan, ducht, dolupa. Gan rawagam ach si. Gan ein kinchactagam an desna bioid no desna marv me. Misha roa de cruche achanik. An reinig tussafos no kunnesta de cree. The old woman and the mountain. Brandon, my love, what on earth does your time-worn body make of the young cavorting on your shoulders, high on endless exhilaration and acrobatic as kid goats? Does their beauty, their agility, and their light step thaw your heart? My feet that loved your clay and once pranced across your flanks like a kitten's paws after anything that stirred. See how red and swollen out of shape they are now, sending out roots that probe down through the floor and weave around ancestral foundations. Looking up at you from my house, trapped beside an unlit hearth, my small field choked with briars. I sit unmoving, stiff and rigid, with no choice but to sit, without any certainty whether I am of the living or of the dead. I am too long hardened, Brandon. Have you hardened? And your heart? For me, Margaret.
Gurmail Margaret Kai, Ushinga Holling. Okay. It was really beautiful. Caddy was reading from her most recent collection, Let the Hair Sit, Ligon Sea. As I mentioned earlier, some of them are the same tonight. I heard someone at the break talking about how they were learning Irish and Duolingo. Here's your Duolingo, lads. No ads, it's just a book, and the poet's right here. Really, I mean, as we all know, Irish is such a poetic language. There's no better way to learn it than through poetry, through poets that you just met or just about to meet. You never know. So I think they're Ariel and up there, €10. So they're €10, I think, tonight. And please feel free to approach Catherine there. Speaking of Duolingo, I'm going to introduce Ben MacCaoilte, our next guest poet for the night. So Ben writes in English and in Irish. His poetry has been published in journals including The Wax Lemon and Much More Than Words. That's very exciting. Ó siach a céad album, tá Ben héis bheith galore ag glór féaltais amachtaí, having performed throughout Ireland and the UK, including the Seen and Heard Festival 2023, MacCaoilte Theatre in Dublin, the International Writers' Festival Dublin, Rec at the Cork World Book Festival, and the Cultural Centre Irlandais, Paris, as part of the Festival of Ideas. He's currently touring his poetry performance installation called Lifting the Gate, which will premiere at the MacCaoilte Theatre this year, I believe in 2023. Yeah, starting this year. So please welcome Ben MacCaoilte.
Just take that out. Would you rather not? Don't take it out. I can tell by your eyes. Oh no, I won't.
You can if you keep it close to this other stand. This is a Zoom mic.
I'm good. I'll behave. Solus os Hyun Naida on Irmwale. The overhead spotlight, mortal enemy of any ballman. Constantine. I seemed to clear the room there when my name was mentioned. Like, oh Jesus. I won't be too long, 20 minutes. Phenomenal. So, Turmi 3 Keen as Gailing and Better Kyan 1 as Bearly. Just there, Bahla Kyan Bearly Hurt. Ishishin Kihi. Really, just. And Queen of Lower to, and Driocht and Kucht. Just we should go hauling about on Conage. Thank you very much. It was really, really special. Gul me ban or one actually the thing. Well, Neil Dania right. Oh, prepare shavio him. Shanavan. I met an old woman, and we drank tea and ate loose biscuits. And Lorimer we Ruddy Oraha, Ia Fossanese. We talked about her growing up and where she grew up and the life that she had. And the Coney Early Bun Schleve, she lived at the base of a mountain, the foot of a mountain. And she actually said to me, Urant a Guimshe, Din Schlieve Shin Ach Nilisacum King Fall. Sometimes I pray to that mountain, but I don't know why. And I think it's that, it's that unknown. Tos nooit meer mag le haiku koma slanty. Is tócha nor ha mi de smuoine ver an áit seo an Ilan seo, winter na tíre seo. We're an island folk, we're an island nation. We're speaking about it over there. Agus ha mi ar gúilte, well listen good, ha mi there imel na Horpa on the edge of Europe as we see ourselves now. We're a tribal nation. A ha mi cinál treis darú the dhéanamh Hunnis mar ba cheartú sin héna choranúil. We've forgotten how to. And I think Brishin on Gailing and Rudgin, Irish breaks that thing that English cloaks. The names we have on things. You think about how we describe things in Irish. Quidus na rudí a chuúlaise an sin. Na hanam nach atá going. Brishin siad an Merle. They break that English, that restriction. Think of something as simple as the daffodil. Blossom from key. Ever heard a more beautiful phrase? Blossom with the bowed head. Losser chuile, goldfinch. The little flame of the forest. Scián leather. A bat. Leather wing. Scián leather. We have so many beautiful phrases that just describe what it is to be part of this island or to be on this island. And Braham warned mar screen oras mar ille scríos haiku onhe an gashawan and dandelion. It's Braham Ornton nor Hamish scríb is Rodana Uignach. You all know as writers it's quite a lonely existence sometimes. We're at a table and you're scribbling away. Agus scríos an haiku ag séad na gashawan síalta is scapa dóchas in aig na guia. Ag séad na gashawan síalta is scapa dóchas in aig na guia. You blow that dandelion. All those seeds, síalta is scapa. You're sitting there, you're a writer. All of these are a line. Every seed is a line. It's a phrase. It's something someone has said. Agus dóchas in aig na guia. Hope against the wind. Sometimes, chuckig na síalta, but she'd always eat hain a chur fós and all that's totally idir átréis blasa báistí bheith chuin an lár an taurig. Some of them will blow, they'll find a lovely little warm patch on the side of the road that's just been kissed by a sun shower and it's just soaking the last of that summer warmth. And then it'll bloom. And you know when screen to it, just like Beelzebub and all those ones here, you know instantly that's don't you? It's in sin how quidus na síalta agus find she'd gaffa and I angach igen, do skunsa igen. They find themselves stuck on a fence. You've seen them, bunches of them, clustered together and sin just own. You should have done an or she down. You have them. You know somewhere they're gonna go somewhere. They just need to stay on that fence. It's in sin tagan puckwihe. Who stirl me lár an taurig is brúin sé na síalta sin a raig tríd an skunsa stach dín bark sinna fásan siad. Strong gust of wind blows them through the fence. They find a little patch of grass and they start to grow. Okay, the one over here that's got the winter and the sunshine and all the rest of it is getting a little bit bigger and this one's just starting off. And then Honna Keen a hog gaffa aun gajo. Then there's the seeds that are just stuck there. Trimmy and sheet machas find she balls. They dry out and they die. And that's the end of them. Shin sail on screen or sail on illa. That is the poet's life. It's how we spend our days. You hear a line and it excites you. Someone says something. I asked my grandmother once where she grew up. Yeah, well, howl and shin, just imask na sléite, abroad over where the crow eats the man. Where the crow eats the man. Where the crow eats the man. Think about that for a second. Where the crow is eating a man. Where in the name of God is that? And who lives there? Dúirt sí é sin bhí smis géisteach le, na ní raibh mé chomh ag an amach, bhí mé síán géiste, I was sitting there listening to her. What do you do when you hear that line? When the crow is the man. Oh yeah, go on, keep talking. Agus cuireann the fóca é agus an sin crothíonn tú ru éigean das. Támalí nó hin bhí me tired of lárna híthe. Gúisig me agus me ag sí ar imil in my laban son. I woke up sitting on the edge of the bed. Tríochta. I was wrecked. I woke up more tired than I was before I went to bed. Cosúla go raibh me a tríd nó a ré nó ag upper tríd na híthe ar fad. I felt as though I was working through the night. And I don't normally remember dreams. Modini an seo á gamach an tair of Kamada the count. How many people here can remember dreams quite well? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kevedina ha on it abermishtig tair of it da. Who here dreams in colour? Kea tair of Dovagus bone, black and white. Kevedina nach with tour and fween speirach or cane count and hashi the tair of treat. Who doesn't have a clue what you're dreaming through? Yeah, I'd be in that category. Gúisig me. Agus bin an céadú risheistach me cheannagum. I remember it. I know what I was doing. Agus thosim me scríomh. Agus nuair a bhí me lam in mo cholle, bhí me ag tríd ca iní go céile, one battle after another. I was standing imil na chréime on the edge of a cliff. I could taste the salt on my tongue, the wind in my face. The ocean was out in front of me. As bhí me brandú amach, ach bhí me ag tríd in I chuileród nor aonting me le. I was fighting every single thing I didn't agree with in my life. Everything. The most mundane to the strangest. Fridas son Ceaití bhí fós le hinchint, people who hadn't had a chance to tell their stories, Dina Gandín, people who hadn't got a house or a shelter above their heads. Fridas son on Choréis, I was fighting for herons and robins. Fridas son on Fada os Cion Anam Mavachsa, I fought for the Fada over my son's name. Because it changes it from Ultan to Ultan. It's a very important difference. I've had to ice it myself on every one of his birthday cakes because the machine doesn't know how to do a fada. So hosig me ag trid son on fada shin. That fada was so important to me that I was dreaming and fighting for that fada. All the way through the night, one after another. I was like that dream, nor how to lekele bring load egg into a tyriv. Aber ma had to argon to the part near, how you're arguing. Or that awful dream where they leave you. And then you wake up, you go, oh my God. Or the opposite, oh no. Ach, thought to a tyriv, hush you down, they're there, you know they're there, they don't look like themselves, but they're there. Agus nura gúisig me, bhí me queen of Con Céad Cach. Do you ever hear of Con Céad Cach? Con of the 100 battles. Do you ever hear of him? Anybody? No. Bhíoh sé na Ardrí. He was a high king. And mach lushin tún iscéaltas, mach redin tún iscéalta. If you hear and believe the stories, bhí sé mar ceandas na ríthe a bear a bhí a going riamh sa tír seo. He was one of the best we ever had. Every tree hung heavy with fruit. You didn't want for anything. The place was hopping. A Con Céad Cach, supposedly he fought 100 battles, but when eventually he was killed, bhí na Bradans na haunach a few ag cuine, even the salmon in the rivers were crying for his death. And I woke and I thought, Con Céad Cach. I had a Culla Céad Cach. I had a sleep of 100 battles. And so I'm going to ask for some audience participation. Oh no! I came out for a nice time. It's very simple. Culla Céad Cach, 3 words. Culla Céad Cach, right? So they're into it €3. You say it 3 times. A little bit of a break in between. So I go for a few, then you'll all come in and go Culla Céad Cach. And I go 3, 4, 5, 6, Culla Céad Cach. We'll do that 3 times. Now I've done this twice. Okay? We're one at Boris, once in Paris. They were loving it. Near a vein Gailing, a call. There was no Irish, completely international audience. agus bhíidir ag pogléimí chaimpeal na háta. They were hopping. So nuair a thosaigh siad amach, they were look out of the seat on colour, okay, colour, Quillicum. Rinne mé an sinne Abbey Leaks a Cúnta Líse Power Words Festival. Bhíidir go má, a little bit more restricted and kind of, relaxed. So for láthar, it's Páras a Hain, Abbey Leaks, and now Corkig. Call yourself the real capital? Let's be having you. So when we get to Cullicade Cog, I'm telling you, if they don't hear us out through the windows, there's something wrong. Gushi is heish Cullicade Cog. Treochta heish Tyre. Catta heish Chaivel. Gushi is heish Cullicade Cog. Laume mo cholle immel na chréma ca inige céile gan stad gan stéine. Is an arige ag cúngu. Is gari na mara ag bláthú rom. Gari na mara ag bláthú rom. Colle, céir, car. Trí, car, cúig, sé. Colle, céir, car. Trí, car, cúig, sé. Colle, céir, car. Riddes go caum a laume mo cholle immel na chréim. Riddes son na chúise. Riddes son na scéalte tá feis go lámh na marv a níos a fréimhú faoin talab. Riddes son an bhrón. Riddes son an bhrón atá níos cailte sa d'urling le glór nó guach. Colle, céir, car. Trí, car, cúig, sé. Colle, céir, car. Come on now. Trí, car, cúig, sé. Colle, céir, car. Riddes son na treffe. Riddes son na sléite. Riddes son na crínte. Riddes son na blinte tá níos amach Rome. Riddes son an fada a snávan os cion anam má vaxa. Colle, céir, car. Trí, car, cúig, sé. Colle, céir, car. Love the rhythm. Trí, car, cúig, sé. Colle, céir, car. Chudóig me sáil. Oh. Páras a Hain, Abbey Leaks, Nod, Corkig, definitely our co-score a Hain. Mashiv, lad. So to make one Bheildiúin, I'll give you one English one. Mar Bheildiúin. Huh? Adorta? No? Here's the lower lung. You speak to me? Ní raibh, Ian. Yeah, so Siar Gafado via some Handali. A number of years ago, I was an archaeologist. That's what I began my life. Oh, that changes things. Fellow shovel monkey. Jas Bulala. Yes. I thought that changed things for a minute there. I was like, oh. Yes, so via some Handali, vi me gober mar Handali, na bóhra den cuid is mó, so ein am vi vi, tis an sola seo bai. Ein am vi rud eigent ag ta. Ein am vi rud eigent vi tak van bóhra, so aber rud eigent a vi aber bóhra nu a tógáil, nu rud eigent a torchin vi ni shandala ag léite stach. So we were called in whenever progress was happening. Usually some form of motorway or some massive building project. We were from the start of Wintermach and Talp, we were called to bring the history out of the ground before the concrete came. Which was a difficult kind of conflict of interest because Tá Grágat an Star, you love the history, and yes, you're emptying the ground of it, you know. Agus bhí daoine a bhí asú leis an móthar seo. There was people who were waiting for this road. First, the story went around, the road is coming. Pan bóthar atá. And sin thosaigh sé kind faoi, well, call an bóthar dul. Where is this road going? In Hook she'd row beidir the de áitna difriúla. Well, these are the 10 optimal routes. And then all of a sudden, further amach, actually, Tom Bower Shaw, I talk Deerach, 3 Dohaxa. This road is coming straight through your house. Like it or not. Agus bhí mar na chia dine a bhí in Siamh. We were the first people on site, the first high visits. So bhí an cadre a bhí going leis na dine, bhí sé fíriachar, bhí sé dachar sin héna chur in núl, bhí sé dachar ein cadre a bheith going low. It was hard to have a relationship with these people. It was strained. Ach an sin ar hosig míid a ggéire an rud seo a bhaint, agus I ggéire a haisbáint ó cén fág go raibh siad nasca leis an talamh seo. And we started to show them why they were so connected to this place. They started to warm to us. And bhí fear amháin bhuail mé leis an fear seo, he lived in the most idyllic little slice of paradise. And way off in the distance was a dust cloud as they were ploughing through the landscape. And it's just the most quiet, hadn't changed for centuries. And odds a bhí mar ag gearra siar, hosig gach rud ag teach le chéile though. He saw why he felt so connected to the land. Bhí na cnáva cís faoi a chosan ar bhí sé gol amach chun na crú na maithe na maran, bhí sé sa dul amach agus ag siúil thar na cnáva seo. He was walking over the bones of his ancestors. He never knew as he drove the cattle in the morning. Bhí sé ag seasamh díras os cionn tinne a bhí lost agus na mílta bliain a rive. When he hung out his washing, he was standing above the hearth that had been lit for centuries before. Rinnemer chuilerod agus dimimer. We dug it and we left. But when the world stopped a number of years ago, hosig me sé smuoine ver na dine ar fad. Go raibh mé tre spúla le haar na blianta. And I found kind of a calm space next to this one apple tree that's at the back of my garden. Just one. But out past that apple tree, there's fields, there's hills, and I started to think of this man. An cúil mé rash isteach le mo cup on coffee. I went back in with my cup of coffee and I sat down and I wrote the lines. Beyond the apple tree lived a man with a half-door smile and a gate held up by gorse. A garden of potato drills, of honeysuckle and baked bread windowsills and cardboard chicken feed halls. All alone in a house with all sorts of memories which he often talks about. A warm yet embarrassed welcome from a man that has gone without, a man that is devoted to more than the sacred heart that glows softly behind his grin. The half door lets the smell of age and newspaper out. He keeps the chicks that scurry about his feet in, his hand-reared devotion. The unspoken old interwoven with new in a house with concave slate-clad roof, buried deep in the path of a slithering, side-winding, approaching motorway to ease the long commute. The inevitable CPO compulsory purchase order was placed despite how he implored her just to move the line on the page. To allow a man of his age to see out his final years in his mother's house of ivy and sage, but decisions on simple men are made away from valleys and primroses. Imposes modernity, exposes antiquity, and proposes this notion of progress to a man who knows his ways are old, but is comforted by them nonetheless. I was stuck one day for the strike of a match to light a tea-time gas ring, and knowing my need and arriving out with a rusted tin wrapped in string. He proceeded then to uncover the finest matchboxes that would force envy on any curator. Damp boxes from mid-century to modern, adorned with ducks in a row, landed ladies and finely dressed waiters. And he struck each in turn, hoping for a spark, until a box offered the spark to bring a blast of bright to the dark. "They'll do you," he said, in his own nodding way. But for the want of milky tea, I wanted to stay and talk about the day that he cycled to the All-Ireland, but didn't know if he was up to it this year. But his sister was kind enough to volunteer a place at her Christmas table, and he would go if he felt he was able. I fear now there's more than county bounds between him and me. but I'll stand here and think of him beyond my apple tree. Margaret, thank you very much. Lovely man, really was. Kind of lives with me, that fella. Yeah, so, Sean McCann Durnach. I'll leave you on this one. Don't overstay my welcome. Oh no. On Ceann seo kind of offering grover, lads, okay? It's a little bit lovey-dovey. Nor ha mi de chaint gailing a chaint tang a chaint singhéin a choranúil ha gailing a gumsa, ha gailing ag my clowns, gailing ag my vanke. My children have Irish and my wife is Irish. And Vulamer le Chéile nor bhí mar Anna ó. We met when we were 18. Not a single awe from any of you. Romance is dead in Cork, guys. Tell you what, ligami during a right will album I yen of a win. With Paul and Shoy gira album me of his failing issue of Winter Marcos. We pretend that we can cut that out and making a live album. Right? And we can edit it. Oh no, don't say that. You say that so scarily. Hamid Lekelo Ish Anna Og. Together since we were 18. JJF. Margaret. Agus Vulamer Lekele Rivishin. Ach, Bishi Igolawalya Quilala. So she was going home to her house. I was about 14, I would say. As Bishi Koi Shlum. If you mishik fanach sheep kundalawalya, I was waiting for a lift to go home. From Rif Coney Ormsam of Ween too. I lived out in the country, she lived in the town. Because Quilala Hul she harm. She walked past me every day. I just thought, no, never gonna happen. Just on all yucht show of the Shul harm Quilala, this beauty strolling past me, and this lanky, greasy-haired teenager. Shiny hair. This is a fashion choice, guys. Okay. Yeah. August Nuravishi Golawalya. Bimishe Ferkandiri Golawalya, because we're all amazing, and this is just never going to happen. And near Hookshi, if we ain't count them, she didn't look at me. And anyway, the Carolum, the club agent Lake Vistum, he was in the same club as her, a friend of mine. And Dorchelum, look at, I'm the Golamacha Kosher, Hormet, a new dog ship. I'm going to a party, we're going, I'll introduce you. I'm saying, oh, Jesus, don't. Whatever you don't introduce her, just leave me be, I'll look at her and I'll be happy. I don't want to know. So Cúmar Gadi an Kosher, Isha Cahardig, Cúig Dig Bader, Agus Hog sé trasna me, he brought me across. Agus Cuir sé an Nuldach Eilishing, he introduced us. If you're lucky enough to experience it Urawan in the Hail, if you can experience it once in your life, that feeling in your stomach that you just, whoa, where's this gonna go? It's that feeling of absolute excitement, fire just lights up in you. Prim me lovely, I shook her hand, and we spoke. Agus Laurimer ar feig, Uriclig, go Uriclig, about 2 hours. And it turned out she liked the same things I liked. She thought REM were cool too. Michael Stipe, yes, absolutely. Agus Laurimer fui ar feig na hiha, we spoke, and I just, even Anish is MacCaoilte na Chuoineachán is ália tá gom den cuitin de Mahail. It's the most beautiful memory I have of that time in my life. And urintar ná me gira me héna chocrú, dul go áit, das, shave. I'm trying to go to a place of calm. That's what I think of. Now we didn't get together for quite a while after that. And she came to me and just saying. Oh God. Ach. Fós is Countess na Queenie Con is all gum. I still absolutely adore that memory. But she has absolutely no recollection of that night. None. Like I said, play the long game. So, Hashi and Nish Maravishi on Tus Mar Mochuan, and that is another beautiful Irish phrase, Mochuan. Mochuan, harbour. It's more than just a harbour. Mochuan, it's a place of softness. Salvaltoch, safety. Ashebog, it's soft. And Uranton or Hana Tunta, just a Gairi Ovrin, Rochar of Dun, or those waves are getting a little bit too rough for me, just Cosmish Dacht in Mochuan, I just take a little turn into my harbour. So, Kriam Hullerot. Agus Tom Rager reached Dul like the Guia. I'm ready to go against the wind again. Agus Tashi Inish Marvion Tus Mar Mochuan. Mochuan. Chuan na Mara. Chuan na Clawan. Chuan Clegini na Gashuan. Felachon Law is Ia Aun. Charman. Sneeson. Millen a gauwer, me vouwer, a grinu, a nigger few a lua is too, ma chuan. Chuan mara. Ma chuan. Tá dochas an. Tá tú aun in ma han. Hug tú, hig tú, is tishkin good fós, chrílor ma anam, is over ma áis. Ma chuinle. An spéir brach le néil a chusán a póg a cuimhní íve dús ma óigocht a meas buis ma óigocht a stán do glótocht. Le bheog seans a bhí an leatnar a chonig me atá. Chuin hiúil tú. Vocht tú cúm is méid seas a bhain go lochtach. Má le scoil a chatar ma grám a fannacht siad ín tig bheog tú a dúlach. Osig an scéal don scórbhlín ó hin I gúin a chlubíthe ach bhfuil an tá orm. Sin chuile rud úmse, that's everything from me. I more and through, and you let me up the crook a hard con an open mic clutch on. I'll trust Father Rome. I have a 2.5 hour drive ahead of me. I have a very early start tomorrow. I have to go all the way up to Sligo for a performance and workshop. So, but the 5 words I have to say, Vishay, even just a bit able to shiv galera clutchdal. Togan she anach with krog at chas of souls and show. It takes an awful lot of courage to stand up here. And even when you feel yourself shaking and you can hear yourself shaking, every one of us is an artist. We have an issue in Ceaití show, Glacha le Tedel Marshin. I remember when someone called me a poet for the first time. I was like, man, stop it. And Vishay said, Shuppa, it was in the local shop. And Curran Far Kesh, well, what are you doing at the minute? I'm actually a poet at the moment. I have a litre of milk and a sliced pander, please. Maar being is a good law nor daring to, I'm actually a poet. I doch jaansa had to a kappa, well, kappa and dinner shin. Yeah, okay, right, you're a poet, are you? Yeah, right, great. A calm with glacha leshin tedleship. We have to accept it's a title you take. You write, you are a poet, and take the responsibility that comes with that. Accept the responsibility that comes with that. And it's a big responsibility. You know, we're not just holding mirrors onto society's face here. We're doing a far more important job than that. As Berla, as Gaeilge, whatever language you are speaking in, if it's half and half, whatever way it comes out, get it out. Ligamache, nach madistige, dinan she docheristig an sho, squilamache, beachamache, eish le fili kasuleim an shin, agus suishtach chuile fokalatas na lauershin. Take those books and soak them up. Mar hashi talchach, nis talk di, na ein rodelle, the tal winger ilan sho. Our words, our stories.
Ben McCaoilte got in. Green Margaret. Very charming performance is talked up on talked up leis. Spralaman on sé dagan an ceol amach as sa cuid léite cumá. Agus bhfuil in album nu leir ar dhéile go ar fáil locht? Okay. So he's not sure if he has something to sell, but if he does, he'll give it away for free. Unless my translation is way off.
We make coconut rub your mill or madden. I was drinking some honey. So if they're a bit sticky, it's honey, okay?
Okay, we believe you. Maybe talk to Ben at the break. Oh, there we go. It's all right, album or file. Okay, there's some albums there, yeah. Okay, lovely. Perfect. Camila Margaret, Bheildiúin is Ceaití, ní Bheildiúin arís. So guys, 5-minute break is a bit unrealistic. 10 is a bit tight. I'm going to give you a sharp 7.5-minute break. And I'm going to leave the open mic sign-up sheet here on the stand with a lovely pen beside it. Please come up and sign up for it. I'll see you back in 7.5 minutes. Enjoy your break.
Oh, after you, sir.
Oh,
After you be
please.
first.
You know what? For once,
Yeah, do it, man.
Are you opening?
Set the tone,
I am
man.
opening.
Set the tone. Woo!
I have no idea why. I am.
Set the tone.
You need
Set
a
the
first
tone.
one. I'm gonna do it.
Excellent.
If you're going to go first, I'll go last.
I want to see that.
That's good. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you.
Fuck, I really wish I spoke Irish tonight, man. They were amazing.
I know, right?
Oh, look at you being tactical.
But he said you go
Way
first.
down there.
I said I'll go last.
Alright, I'll go after JJ if I don't mind. JJ's my boy. I gave myself a full stop and everything.
Looking forward to it, John.
Thank you. It's a gift from a friend. From a friend. She had so many like earrings and bracelet jewelry, and she wanted to give them away. And like, I hadn't worn them in like so long, and for I think the last 2 months I'm just wearing them all the time. Yeah, they're like Here we go.
Wait a minute, say my name, you know?
Yeah.
Sign it. Do you want to sign it first?
I think that I will write myself here under Max here.
Oh, there, yeah.
Max. Or if you
No, I actually prefer that. I think it's much
Yeah,
Yeah, how you doing, Dad?
Well.
And so like we have like it's gonna be streamed today as well, and all that online release on the 22nd. exciting cruising day with lunch. And then we have a second lunch, and then we're hoping to organise two more places. So we're still looking for places that can go all the way.
I'm signing for 2 people.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, no, so we're going to see if we can take a round of it. I don't have mine with me That's the way it sounds, you know. My brothers are 2 brothers. Like I said, I went home, is that what my mum used to say? My mum was born in 1920, my dad 1920. So they had the old jobs. She used to say, oh yeah, it was different language. You know, they wouldn't say I changed. I remember that. You know what I mean? And so she was struggling. And I said, God, that's what it sounded like. But we had, I agree with you, it's funny, but I agree with you.
No, it's it's just an interview.
Hey, Matt, can you hear me? Matt, can you hear me? Oh, you're muted, Matt. Did you see, did you sign up for the open mic?
I did.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, welcome. We had so much messaging going on. I
I
didn't
know, I
see.
know. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You just need to be good.
Sorry, this is a glitch. I got this straight up.
Okay, guys, welcome back after our very Irish 7 minutes that lasted about 11 minutes, I'd say. Time for the open mic. It's very loud, yeah, but it worked. Is there Zoom? I'll write down the Zoom.
Put them in there if you can see.
Oh, you put them in?
The side, see on the right hand side.
Can you
Okay, cool.
Can you squeeze my name
Thanks.
on?
Okay, guys, so we have quite a few poets to fit onto our open mic tonight, so please keep that in mind during your readings. If you have a choice of poems, maybe choose the shorter one. So we're going to kick off with Cedric Bacon, please.
So this one is called Bottling Poison. I have a brewery, so do you. We all have one. It's complex and the recipes are always missing. So are the chants. You have to create them yourself. I cannot share mine yet with you. You see, I've been making those things. My factory runs a production with the assistance of my demons. Don't get me wrong, they are great. Only thing is they contaminate my emotions. I cannot produce much at once of any expression. Out of my own joys and contentment, I can squeeze a smile. And then they will drip some guilt in the decoction. I tell you, as much as I wish to help, letting people in has only caused them to yelp. My passions are usually tainted quickly. I often have to throw the lovers with the bathwater because of my jealousy. This is not a good place to be. They will bleed you. Wait until your heart has dried before you can muster enough confidence to rise. They will drink away your pride. They do that to me regularly. I promise sometime I'll bring a good brew, but I have to let the anger and the mistrust simmer down, air out the toxic fumes, let the bros lose their frown. Then I can pour the syrup vial into a vial, stash it away for later use. Believe I have served a deadly tea in response to abuse. The bottom of my drums is where the magic is, the spice that will go with your hex, the illegally necessary for all the sex. But you must do your thing first to numb my devil in wait from the thirst. When they sleep, then we can mix our love potions, share our bottles, our bottled poisons.
Thank you, Cedric. Next up, JJF. JJF.
Hello, everyone. Oh, hello. I have a few things to say before I start. First of all, I thought it was funny. I think it was last month or the month before. I lost this bracelet and I didn't know where it was. I searched my house top to bottom and I walked in tonight and I ordered a pint. And this bracelet was nestled in the nostril of the horse's head. And I was like, well, I guess something's come back to you. So the second thing I would say is something most of you know, but if there's new people here, my Instagram is words by JJF. And I have a very interesting, weird one for you. So let's see how we get on. There's been an ever-rising, ever harder to contain utterance leaping from my lips and bursting from my brain. Its origins are unclear and ultimate purpose indescribable. But the universe is weird and ultimately unsurvivable. The mysterious term I continue to affirm is this: PIF. Capital P3 italicized I's, then F. PIF. It's the secret to my success. PIF. It's why I go to bed without dread about what lies ahead. I never cry and wonder why with Piff. I remember so many nights on the floor on all fours before Piff. I make sure every performance is in accordance with Piff. And I never falter because I worship at the altar of Piff. I keep my third eye clear so as I can be near to Piff. I don't know what I'd do in lieu of Piff. I'm not a chump. I can triumph despite taking my lumps because my days, weeks, and months are filled with Piff. I can have my cake and eat it too, filled to the gills with Piff. Never pissed, never miffed. The words by JJF exist because of Piff. And oh, if she was a woman, I'd almost die trying to lay next to Piff. Oh, to slip into the sea for a misty moonlit tryst with Piff. But alas, Piff is not a lass. And perhaps the point emerges at last. Piff is a construct I use to construct a worldview. The future doesn't disturb you. Rather, you face it with grace and keep everything in your purview. So let's keep all of our upper lips stiff and our collars crisp. I hope your perspective shifts. You resolve all your rifts and fall into bliss. So here, take Piff. It's your gift.
JJF made a sign, lads. You're gonna have to step it up now a small bit. That isn't again. Next up, can we have John Horn, please?
I've got no sign. God damn it. I have a new poem and I'm not totally sure about it yet, but sure, see what you think and let me know. It's called I'll Die Dreaming. Hopefully not. Maybe that's a bad title. I'm not sure. It would be nice if the world started making sense again. I spend my days mindlessly scrolling the devastation. I'd like if drinking was fun again, if sex meant love again, if sport was play again, if it wasn't all about the money. I wouldn't mind some money. Just how numb do I have to become to get through this? I used to love everyone, except me, of course. I forgot that detail. I want life to have the magic of a dream again. When I was a child, I think it was like that. I don't remember really, but I think I was happy. I wish happiness didn't only come from drugs now. I wish dreams didn't only come true in the movies. I wish my heart was made for more than suffering. But maybe if I can take enough of it, a diamond will come from this coal. My dreams and life will fuse and I'll be whole again. I'll smile and I'll mean it. I swear I've been a fool all my life. I keep believing. It's the only thing that gets me up in the morning. And I guess I get there someday, or I'll die dreaming.
Thanks, John. A couple of years ago, I appeared on John's podcast, Sober Culture, with Ben Burns, and it was a very nice evening. I shared that podcast with my father, and every now and then someone comes up to me and says, I heard your poems in a taxi home the other day. As I mentioned, he's my biggest fan, and it's his first time on the mic. Please welcome Martin DeLay.
Thanks, Michelle. poetic and artistic rewards. Don't shy away from the arts, embrace them. They provide us with special powers to safely unpack the pain of the past, guiding us through the labyrinth of our intricate and volatile psyche, revealing and undoing past traumas gently, pacifying, soothing us with their thoughtful interpretations. Leading us through a minefield of emotions steadfastly, a safety net for our minds. All the while, creating a clean slate and timeless pieces for future generations. One could say the ultimate recycling process. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Yeah, it's a special night for me. My mother and my father are here, and I just want to thank them for all the support and encouragement. Next up to the mic, we're going to have John Neville, please. Oh, Stuart. Hi, John.
Hi, folks. It's a piece called Noise. For all those non-rhymers, this is a complete rhyme. I hear the silence, but feel the sound. Bewilderingly loud, as yet unfound. I keep my ear close to the ground. An old John Deere's timing, shocking. Once balanced cylinders now are knocking. Not like a chair that's built for rocking. The working man, an air jackhammer, vibrating, causing a vocal stammer. Toolbox dropped, hear each rattling spanner. The clickety-clack in a railway tunnel, seeping water cracks in the channel. A whistle blowing from an old ship's funnel. How many snake bites had I downed? Where am I now? Hope homeward bound. As I sleep tonight, I'll hear no sound. Shouts to other at the last called clamour. The marching horde with its protest banner. Its protest banner, the killing bolt from the cattle tanner. The rattling oars on a rowboat gunwale cheers as gymnasts a workhorse pommel. In his tiger tank stood Erwin Rommel. Out from my dream I should be soaring, thinking of places I'd just been touring. Feel I know this voice that I'm ignoring. Awake is a sleeper, enraged and roaring. Her ear plugs in and still not lowering. Faster than ever, her temper pouring. Fuck off to the spare room, John, you're snoring. Go right now, please, I'm imploring. And take that look off, cause you're not scoring. Thank you.
Thanks, John. If that wink and the nod towards Margaret wasn't obvious enough, the protest banner herself. Margaret is next.
Thanks, Michelle. This one is called Magnetic Attraction. You have taken root, deep thoughts in mind and body, swirling in the air. Your voice, your words, intoxicating echoes, resounding all around, penetrating. I see you revealing me, you exploring, our bodies exploding, minds musing, excited thoughts oozing, magnetic attraction, fluid reaction.
Thank you, Margaret. Bold and brazen as always. Next up on our online performer is Pam Campbell. Are you with us?
Yeah, yes, hanging by a string. There's a bad storm here, so I hope it works. I need my sister Mags to sing with me, so hum, Mags, hums. This is a poem that just yearned to be a song, so I'm going to sing it to you. It's called Silk Hope. My home is my car. Every town becomes mine for a while. I search for a candor I can't seem to find. Tick bites of pace. I'm running a race I can't seem to win. It's wearing me thin. And stories spin like silk hope in my mind. I always needed a running start into what's hard, spinning my wheels from the shadows, what's not me. The hollers haunt me home again, emptied of kin, and stories spin like silk hope in my mind. I climb mountain high, path fogs away, landscape erased. All I can see is me in the mist, boots earth held. One step and then two, elk bugles haunting, steady and calm. And stories spin like silk hope in my mind. Mistakes tuning wrongs into rights, blue fear smooth, sound and silence dance, color melds cracks, tremolo sings. I'll stop here a while, a pilgrim making her way home, and stories spin like silk hope in my mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pam. It's quite powerful just having the sound of you in the room, no? Yeah. We didn't know where to look.
Oh
We had
dear.
to look within ourselves.
Yeah,
Suppose
yeah.
we'll have your sister Mags up next, will we? It is Mona. I just thought it'd be cute to have you next, but whatever you like. Between yourselves. Yeah.
Come on, sister. Come on up.
Hello, darling. Hello, darling. They're Virginia. I've been putting Virginia, but you're in New York and you're traveling all the time, Pan. But your voice is beautiful. Your voice and you bring the mountains in your voice and your childhood as well. So I'm only writing this tonight. My brother Joe and myself are close. We're the same speed. And he'd be telling me about this image that haunts his mind of this woman who was coming over the bridge carrying the sticks with the big black dress, and it stayed in his mind for years and years. I said, Joe, why don't you write a poem about her, draw her, get her exercised? And he says, oh, geez, I couldn't do that. But he does do abstract landscapes and haikus. And I just said, oh, I'll write the bloody poem for you, Joe. So it's kind of this way, but I kind of mixed her with my mother's stories of Black Bess, who called herself Black Bess, who was just so scary looking, and always came the country roads to sell her wares, and she was always in black hair, and she was known to have had a broken heart, like, you know. So a little bit of Sunset Boulevard meets Joe. Okay. Casta mar chailech machen an downer a grim. Gran a chrífadó a chid MacCaoilte a choramúr. He saw her bent with the height of sticks, all blacked out, years unspent, more left in her yet, she'll yield unspent. Surmounts the humpback bridge on the twist of the road to Clodagh, the black stone, weight of years for the hack of her, for the back of Black Bess, for once she'd a man. But he ran from her, left her for her sister, left her to carry the can, and now she has no man. Liún an grain, smoin am mar thain, cup on te an brain, Harry an grain, bring load the tain. Hug me marálad, hug me chud am mú, an will me cailach macríl. Cast mar chalach, meachar an down ar a rim, grán a chríf a dó, agus an chud am Maccaoilte a chur an tam a mó. And he sees her coming, draws her words, bent with the height of sticks, still. Sinead.
Next up, we'll have our 5 challenge winner, Miss Mona.
I'm so full of courage after what happened tonight. You're going to be sick of me here. This is called Too Late, or Roll Yainov. A carved statue of Saint Joseph the Carpenter, dusty, dirty, abandoned. With loving care, I cleaned it, revealed the meticulously carved folds of his simla, his Spartan footwear, neat beard. I placed him on a small pine shelf above my husband's workbench. There it stood for many years, silent, absorbing the scream of the lathe, the showers of dust, shavings, the smell of a myriad of woods. Showing up on that bench, softwoods, hardwoods, the precious pieces of 100-year-old Huon pine. They formed the cobbles dug up on an old street in Melbourne, brought home in a rucksack from a son's travels. Joseph also watched a bowl of ebony take up the shape of an ink bottle, hollowed, filled with an elegant quill made from the branch of a neighbour's chestnut tree. My statue at ease in this milieu. I found him in the attic of an old house in Shandon Street, and my love of wood drew me to him immediately. Now he's gone. Gone? A victim of this historical ritual. To sell a house, you have to bury a statue of Saint Joseph. Is it down to Saint Teresa of Avila and Brother Andre Basset, who enrolled Joseph's help to buy and sell land? Is it down to them that I lost him? My sons borrowed him, wrapped him up, placed him there in the rocky soil inside the gate of an old farmhouse in West Cork, overlooking Dunmanus Bay, surrounded by drooping fuchsia, burgeoning blackberries. A house they had bought, refurbished, and were trying to sell. And then sell it did. The bulldozers arrived before I could get there.
Next up, we'll have Antonio. Is it Dimer?
Yes.
Dimer.
Look. Yes. Yeah. So my poem is called Sparkling Water. The two ends of the bottle are made of plastic. Small and big bubbles go up and down, amplify and distort images from the other side, like water, still. Sparkling is the defect, porous like a body diagnosis. Water flows against the authority of the stones. Water can go anywhere, filter everything, diving and swimming in an ocean of words. The words flow can easily be lost if not managed properly. Beyond the other end of the bubbles, there's a river into the eyes. Empty fulfillment, light in the water, enough vein to become dream, condensing the non-space between the words. Dark water, pure water, the journey of the birth in a mom's belly. Thank you. Thanks.
Beautiful, Antonio. Thank you. Next up, we have Roxanne, please.
That's a tough one. There's a trigger warning of bullying, and I'm gonna ask you to not clap at the end, please. Obstacles. You won't find me. Through pages if I can't even get to the first line. That's going to be interesting. You won't find me. I won't let you get under my skin. Not anymore. You got me, you tricked me, you trapped me, you almost took me. Not anymore. I escaped, broke free, disappeared into the twilight, the darkness of winter. I stayed away so long, but still nearly fainted when seeing you in the street, trying to control the bumping of my heart and my teary eyes. I flew to refuge. You wouldn't know. You're oblivious, but I'm not. I could scream your name, our address, but I vanish. The watchwords are safety and recovery. A quiet neighborhood, new families, shields to the past. But I want to dance. I need to dance. I might bump into you though. Deep breath. Let's go. Despite my prayers, fate decides against it, and you're here. You're oblivious, but I'm not. I became the phoenix you couldn't foresee. You played me, manipulated me to the course of my passions. Bravo, that's impressive. But God forbid it's fucking over. Your skin turns velvet while I stare blankly. Do you want to dance? No. No scream, no time to take offense. Just a fact. You're so mad and I'm loving it. I still remember your hands on my waist and your fucking fakeness. It won't happen. I was Roxanne for a few. I'll be Roxanne for everyone, everywhere. Only my tribe will know the real me. I won't wish you hell, though you clearly deserve it. I just pray. I just pray that when the time comes, your heaven will be different than mine.
Thank you, Roxanne, for sharing that emotion. I hope you find your strength in doing that. Next up to the mic, on Kid Falala, Patricia Walsh, please.
I just called conductors and insulators. The origami dancing on the animation, selling dank literature to the accumulated mass, not comprehending the colourful heartache, going like a train and smoking gun of chance. Sitting on proper food, a chance exercise, a very diet, a price to pay for mediocrity. Surrogate food, a bug-eyed curse. Complicated coffee, a bitter medication, please. Clean-eyed refrigeration, cancerous dance. Indulging in politics, a hard-worn sheet music. Phlegmatic to the hilt, to an annoying halt. Diseased eye, jaundices our domiciles. Pierce the very soul, have mercy on you. The colourful extremities, supervisor driven. Passing on the first attempt, burning rubber, knowing the accidents, composing the events. Constrained by parameters too rigid for some. Substantive issue, rejected by a tidy margin. Lighting through cleanliness and propriety. The genuine crocodile yields its skin. Nourishment where needed, oblivious to decorum, creating where produced, or even invented. Industry paid to statue follow the others, carved through an easy time from the street. Thanks.
Thanks, Patricia. Next up, is it Mary Janet or May Janet? Janet? Which is it? It's May. It's May.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So I suppose recently I've had a bit of a writer's block. When I mean a bit, I mean like definitely for the last few months. I think it's because I started posting my poetry online, and I think once I did that, I wasn't aware, but it started affecting my writing. So this poem is the most kind of recent poem I wrote, and it's kind of about that. It's called Mimicry. I remember when I wrote poetry, and not his feeble attempts at mimicry. When I was fueled by passion that ignited words of wisdoms, words of truth, my own fucking words with real fucking words. Now I'm at a high entropy, watching my fervor leave me. I want it back. I'm a fucking warrior. I've made sure my life has never been mediocre. Let me wrestle a bear with my pen. Let me sing my victories of war by feeding you letters for your eyes and writing the voice of your mind. Used to be that I wrote for myself. Now I can't seem to separate myself. I've lost myself to the eyes and ears of strangers. Believed I was immune to the dangers. It's hard to see the view of mountains and rivers when I walk behind the rangers. Writing was a form of expressing what came naturally. Now it's written cautiously, thoughtfully, restricted by the chains of a virtual society. And I hadn't realized this, but it has managed to change me. I think I'm ready to break free again. Just kind of want to live again. Not preach anymore, not sing anymore. Just speak again, feel again, be me again.
Thank you, May. It's a good point that we rarely draw attention to that private poetry and public poetry writing. No comment. It's time for Massimo.
Hey, peace, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Oh, wonderful. All right, can you still hear me? Hold on. All right. Remain bright with the flame deep inside you. It's with your own light that this world tries to guide you. Life may test you, you don't have to let it try you. Just try to do right and let right do right by you. Don't let struggles make you suffer when there's no point. One foul foot need not stink up the whole joint. Maybe our challenges are really just our growing pains. Scratch the surface underneath, the stronger soul remains. If I can't get a different card, I can flip it. The power something has is the power that I give it. I carry around a burden only as I choose to lift it, the same way I lose the point by trying not to miss it. I open up my eyes and ears to wisdom. Gain advice from watching is another way to listen. Reaching out my hands for the keys to my kingdom. Sometimes I close my fists with the keys already in them. Take my time, taking one day at a time, one foot before the other as I humbly walk the line. Life glows around me and sometimes I even shine, as though I know my little light is bigger than just mine. Walk path like a tightrope in the air, or maybe on the ground like the rope that isn't there. Crying out for fairness, but no system can be fair. It's each of us who holds a crown or king or queen can wear. Seeking gold from the dirt inside the mine. In a palace full of gold, sometimes dirt is all I find. Seeking out a vineyard, I grow thirsty for the wine. But seeking out my thirst, I may stray further from the vine. Seeking out a proverb, it may sound more like a warning. But if it's told in love, then its truth is reassuring. This is not a cast of storms that are forming, just a prayer the sun always rises in the morning. Whatever may have come before, whatever may be near, the most beautiful message is to love and have no fear. The beauty of this life is we can love it while we're here. If you wish, take this wisdom as an earring round your ear. Remain bright with the flame deep inside you. It's with your own light that this world tries to guide you. Life may test you, you don't have to let it try you. Just try to do right and let right do right by you. Yeah. Life may test you, you don't have to let it try you. Yes, indeed. Just try to do right and let right do right by you. The time is always right to do the right thing. Thank you so much. Peace and love.
Thank you, Massimo. I see you've done some troubleshooting since last month with the sound, yeah. I think I'm gonna start a GoFundMe to get you here, you know, on this mic. Yeah, it would go off.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, thank you so much. Next up,
I'll fly with Massimo. Massimo, we have to come together.
Yes. Yes.
I would love that. Thank you so much, everybody.
Honestly, that'd be. Let's talk.
Yes.
Next to the mic, we got Jake Grissom, please.
I wrote this on landing into Boston Logan last May. It's called Climate Report. Pollution is all dolled up on pale robin's egg sky. A hell red sunset skirt and hemmed dulcet smog. Petty plots of potpourri can't fasten this weightless casket. She's pretty as 1 minute olds, all her eggs in the one basket. Her bays as clear as vomit, her canyons ground to roads. American lights in the porthole are her singed cigarette butt, burnt, hissing to a stinging drag. Here a toke, there a toke. She can meditate for nicotine, and her doom is doubly drab. She doesn't have what she wants, 'cause she never wants what she has. We'll tell her I need a fag. Thank you.
Jake. Next up, Philip Spillane. That's Philip Spillane. Consider it.
My name is Philip. Pleasure to meet you all. Short announcement. I'm performing. Oh, Slurpee, not me. I'm performing on the 23rd of September at a festival called Grandreia. Excuse my Portuguese. It's going to be a beautiful festival. It's going to be held in the Big Oak near the Lee Fields. It's very cheap. I'll be performing at it with a few wonderful, beautiful poets and musicians and artists. And hope you can join me. Come to me if you're interested, and I'll show you the details. 23rd of September. Thank you. This might need a rewrite, but see how it goes. I was born in a boat, so the water is my land. The ocean that rolls onto the shores, with the waves folding over and over and over and over, hauling salt, shells, and driftwood. I was born in the water, in the rain that falls, in the drizzle that mizzles, in the mist that rises. Born in the water that leaks from the tap. Bathe your hands in soaps and subs. Born in the water that dilutes the Coca-Cola, poly-wrapped in Ballygown, Deep River Rock, and Ishka. Born in the water, the same in the holy wells, coppered in coins, wiggling in tadpoles. The water, coated in spillage of foam, greened in algae and weeds. The damp, the puddle, the rust, the sweat, the spit, the tears. That's where I come from, as I was born in it. I think this, as she gives me Feezer advice. She sips a glass of water. The bonsai on the desk stares at me. It sounds impossible, unbelonging to Dublin, forced to leave and go somewhere. Across the immigration service delivery office, the Liffey ripples and journeys, out to the bay, into the yonder. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Philip Spillane. They still knew who it was, which is a good sign, I think. Next up, we are going to have Sloan Walia. Sloan, oh no! Never mind. I actually didn't see who it was from the back. Next up, can we have Maria Wood, please?
You'll be pleased to know this is very short. It's called Long Ago. I carried you in my heart, though you had left my dreams long, long ago. Wrinkles carving up my face, where smiles and good humour had once reflected in fluorescent moonlight. The hopes and aspirations of a yet unwritten day. Optimism ruled. Look where we are now, precious moments held like grains of sand that trickle away till our hands lay bare. Thank you.
Maria, thank you. Next up, can we get Mo O'Connor, please?
Thank you very much. This one is a short one as well, but I'll give a slight introduction. This is this time of year brings back a poem from a childhood memory I wrote years ago, and it was about the travellers passing to school. Except in those days we called them tinkers, and if there's any travellers in the house, they'll know what I'm talking about. It wasn't a derogatory term. They were tinsmiths, basket makers, They bought and sold horses, that was their trade. But the rest of the kids were afraid of them, and I was envious. I wanted to go with them. But I had a gypsy soul, I suppose. But and last Monday was a Tala Horse Fair, and I had a great day with them there as well. And so here's the poem. It's called The Never Ending Road. We ran to the wall to watch the tinkers pass, from schoolyard noise to silent stairs. Brightly coloured caravans, dogs and goats, clip-clop of ponies on the autumn road. I caught the stare of a girl sitting by the half door and felt the soul of a gypsy. I longed to be on that never-ending road, to be the one with no fixed abode. Tallow Horse Fair in September was their time, while we were back in school with the brief taste of freedom still burning from the summer. They took their summer with them, stretched it to October and beyond, and bent it like the tin pots they mended for my mother. Thank you.
I'm going to jump back online now with Matt Mooney, please.
Yeah, the poem I have for you is a poem that has taken me from Galway to Kerry. I'm native for Galway, and a craze for ripe hazelnuts in September followed me all the way here. So there are a few mentions of places like Cartron in South Galway, and then also a place well known maybe to some of you, Bheildiúin in Ballymac in North Kerry. But I have in Irish first, the original, and it's entitled Cnona. Ní hiigim an dúil seo anam an tom seo de hir gan tep. I dús an óir go rialta dul thóir ríis Cnona cuil agus iad a chnaga le nithe. An dúil a héan I bhád siar nuair bhíos an blad sa bháile agus mé chnach an Bheildiúin nó sa fishpond láblam. Tuirigh an téisiúr á malú. Cnona dóna óh crochacha an gocail ag tusamanús nuair a crachas an chréibh. Agus ní raibh muilorm riamh mo cuid pócaí a líonú lo. In lán na ginta le déanaí is mé imil na cuile chuil. Ag bailú Cnona lum le fán. Dúrslum féin gan éin agó. Ire ruane de chót in chrí. Nuts. Sleeping deep down inside of me, there's a need I cannot explain that comes with every September to go looking for hazelnuts again and crack them open to eat. An instinct that was always there, as far back as I can go in my head, when I used to cycle to Cartron Hill or the fish pond near the tar road to answer a call for hazelnut haul. Oval, brown and born so smoothly, slipping ripened from their husks when I shake the branch they're on. And I'm never slow standing there to fill all my pockets with this fare. Of late, when down in Ceaití, there on the edge of the hazel wood, as I picked nuts like one possessed, I said to myself that without a doubt, I'm a kind of a squirrel in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt Mooney. Thank you so much. Next up on the mic, we have Alexandra Toth. And we want to thank so much for serving us tonight.
So this poem would be for the people that kind of feel the energy of their environment very deeply and can become very overwhelmed and kind of sensitive about it. This poem is called Lucid Dreams. Where am I? What is this place? It looks like my house, but it doesn't feel like my home. It certainly isn't my home. Not anymore. A home represents family, loving, harmonic, peaceful. This family is loving, but this house screams uncertainty. This family is harmonic, but this house echoes chaotic waves of emotions. This family is peaceful, is it not? Or is this an illusion my mind created? My heart is torn, conflicted. I want to love and I want to feel, but I also want to run, hide, somewhere these negative thoughts can surrender and fade. It seems impossible to ignore and forget. How can I let go when I feel so heavily, sensing the sadness and silent cries of those lost souls near me? I hear you, I see you, but you don't see me, do you? How could you, when all you see is my smile and not my soul? How could you hear me when all you hear are the words that leave my mind, but not my heart? I'm still searching where my wings have went, slowly faded through this lifetime. I lost a feather after each bruising strike shot on my aching heart. This strike of lightning comes unexpectedly. You cannot avoid it. Once it strikes, it scars you for life. A memory burned into your mind. I feel such shame. Why do I feel like this? I respect my bleeding feelings, but why do I feel sinful? I receive such love from this family, so why do I feel heartless at times? Shall I blame myself for wanting to be selfish? To protect my lucid dreams? My essence shines, but I also feel numb. I'm bound by this family, but not by this home. My mind craves freedom, one that only my one true home can give me, you.
Thanks so much, Alexandra. Always so nice to hear your work. And it's always such a theatrical move to come out behind the bar and read the poems. And we love it. Thanks so much. Before I introduce our penultimate reader for the night, is there anybody who hasn't signed up that would like to read? See what have you doing? Yeah. Is anyone else? Just my own timekeeping, which I'm going to pretend to be good at tonight. Okay, next up we're going to have Rebecca, please.
I was not prepared. Okay. I don't have a title for this one because I wrote it like yesterday. So, but it goes: a lot of heartbreaking moments happened with you, like watching you slowly but surely fall out of love with me as I stood there with tears in my eyes, knowing there was nothing I could do. The moment you uttered the words I actually think I got with you out of loneliness, or the very first time I was ever afraid of you as you lost your temper and you screamed at me. But I have to say, one of the ones I could stand, or out of all the ones I could stand up here and mention, the most heartbreaking one happened while I was laying in bed of another man. As I was laying there with him, about to go to sleep, I started longing for you, your touch, your sense, or your scent, your essence. I'm so nervous. I've done this so many times. Because he wasn't you, as As I lay there longing for you, one sentence came to mind. I want to go home. When I said home, I didn't mean the house I live in. I meant you. I felt like I was the same child who was searching for what home is. Because when I found you, I found home for the first time in my life. Now I'm just a lost child trying to find my way back home and knowing home is no longer in reach. I wish I could go back home. I really do. But home, unfortunately, is no longer you. Home will someday end up being somebody else for me, although for you, I wouldn't be too sure. Because it seems like you can't love anyone fully to begin with before becoming too scared to run away and look for somebody else instead. As much as I want to hate you for the amount of fucking love I gave you and you took it for granted, I feel sorry for you. Someone who doesn't seem capable of loving anyone too much, even at all. You'd love to tell me how I was such a poet, yet all my poetry still seems to be revolved around you somehow. That might be the most heartbreaking part of it all. No matter how hard I try to write about anything else, you are still my biggest muse. You still feel like home to me, like a safe home, the one I never had the chance to experience. I wish I could go back home, but I have to accept the fact that I can't ever go back.
Thank you, Rebecca. Well done. Well done. Actually, this is our penultimate reader. It's Brendan Duffin, our resident photographer. Welcome to the mic.
Hello. Yeah, so I don't hear footprints on Saturday. I'm working with Strive Fader. There's 8 of us, and we're doing a show about the oldest Shanachie, Fintan McBokra. He's the shapeshifter. He's a salmon, eagle, and a hawk. And one of the songs and one of the poems is about Colin as well. Colin as well is where the salmon is supposed to gain its knowledge. It's also supposed to be the source of the Shannon. So I'll just, since we're talking about hazelnuts tonight, I thought I'd give one of the poems from the show. Yeah, come and see us on Saturday. It's a work in progress, and we're very excited to share it with you. From where did the salmon gain its knowledge? The Hansa. Deep under the ocean in Tir Tanyra, Toberconla. Flowing, never ending there, inspiration of Segish. Its strong waves more melodious than any human music. 9 trees of hazel, perpetual, going over that well. The hazelnuts of wisdom falling into those swells. The salmon there waiting to sever each husk. Bubbles of inspiration, salmon chew each hazelnut. Their bodies become crimson spotted, leaping, knowing, bliss. And Bradan and Nish and Olfis, budding, flowering, ripening, all at once those trees wondrous. Unfailing flow of imbus for us now every season simultaneous. 5 salmon there, the filla catches. 5 salmon there for each of the senses, that fountain of 5 waters, illumination and dreams. The Aesdan of those who drink from each and every stream. Conla's well, loud its sound, the land of promise beneath blue ocean. Others say it is 6 streams, the 7th birthed the Shannon. Imbued with every gift except inspiration, travelled to Conla's well, delving, became Awan. When she touched that well, it rose sudden, overwhelmed her, engulfing her, spreading out, became one with her. Lin Mana Fela, Sinan, forming clear, glittering granddaughter of Manan McLear, crustacean, plankton, mute swan, salmon, willow seed, reed, water mint, silt, damselfly, dragonfly, golden plover, otter, white clover, kingfisher, marsh marigold, moor, regal river, every growing expression of her.
So new Morlish on Orishin, really proud of his work. To close our old mic, we have Sulu, please.
Thanks very much. Before I kick off with the poem, I would like to just give a little plug in because I'm getting very excited about my album launch. It is happening. The CDs are in my house. The sleeves are ready to receive them. Oh, and I'm practicing as mad to do the live shows with you, with Rick. The 22nd of September, that's the Friday, that's the culture night. I won't be here because I'll be launching my album in Ansanctor, Bheildiúin. Whoever is there, I'll be happy to see you down there. And then on the Sunday, thank you very much for reminding me. That's at 8 p.m. in Ansanctor on the Friday, the 22nd. And on the 24th, on the Sunday, you can catch the album launch in the Roundy Bar upstairs in Cork from 7 p.m. Did I say 8 p.m. for Bheildiúin? That's correct. 7 p.m. for the Cork City one, 8 p.m. for the Bheildiúin one. So that's as much as I will say now. And this poem is freshly written, and it received such good reactions in the Blue Mondays group that I'm going to do it tonight, even though I'm quite aware the season is not here yet. But I have been working on writing about the cycle, as many of you know, and this shall conclude the series for the moment because there is no more cycles, as you know. And this one here was hard to write because I had to look back on what it's like. So this is it, the winter ovulation. After the buzz of summer, the gales of autumn time, the winter ovulation sneaks in by candlelight, lures with lingerie and spice for seasons cold, entices our devotion to return into the fold. Where a woman lies in wanting to bond with skin and soul, seduce with flowing juices and claim her lover home. Passion yearns belonging and shelter in frosty nights, providing through bleak days protection from the ice. The winter ovulation nestles deep inside, kindles scents and senses as pheromones collide, fanning gleaming ambers, licking sacred flames, sending glowing fire into the rooting cave. The feast begins with berries and orchids open wide. The winter ovulation will take you in its stride, unwrapping supple curves to unveil the perfect key, like nature's hibernation, its ancient chemistry. The winter ovulation looks deep into your eyes. Its sassy spell releases our innermost desires. Two souls have reconnected. Two bodies melt and glide in complete surrender as he crowns his queen with light. We seek each other's closeness and tenderness to share. A flame our heart and body rekindle now the fire. The winter ovulation brings the spark that makes love shine, to last us in the darkness and unite our hearts through time.
Thank you so much, Sue. Okay. Time to give our thanks. Time to thank, first of all, the 21 stunning poems on the 5-word challenge and our winner, Mona. Thank you so much, everybody. Amazing. Everybody who read on the open mic, it's very emotional tonight. Thank you so much for sharing that. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Well done. Our guest poets tonight. Thank you, Ben MacCaoilte and Ceaití Bheildiúin. Speaking of which, who owns a CD player? Philip put his hand up first. Left that there on the table. Okay. Right, so maybe I'll see you on Thursday at Colm Scully's launch in. I have everything here. Maybe I'll see you on Thursday at Colm Scully and Joe Corker's launch in St. Peter's on our Main Street. That event is free. It's on at 8 p.m. If not, maybe I'll see you on Saturday at Only Your Footprint. If not, maybe I'll see you on the 22nd at Ballet de Hop at Sue Blues launch. If not, maybe I'll see you here for the All-Ireland and Kenyan Slam Champion on Culture Night on the 22nd, which is the Friday. If you're not around on the Friday, maybe I'll see you on the Saturday, on the 23rd at Philip Bland's mysterious Portuguese event in the New Fields, which you need to ask him about. If you're more of a Sunday gal, maybe I'll see you back in the Roundy at Sue Blues lawn. Maybe you're going to use the code SEPT5 to get a ticket to the Everyman on the 29th September. And lads, if all else fails, I'll see you back here on Monday, the 9th of October, as regular. But I'll definitely see you at Mainz in like 10 minutes for a chat. So, thanks so much. Well done, everyone. Love you. See you soon.
Say goodbye.
Massimo.
Hey!
You all my
Bye. Bye.